Hello everybody, welcome back to the show. Oh, finally got some more worms, and I ended up getting 2 of them at one time. That figures. It's a long time to go getting these worms. I don't know what the drop rate is on them, but it's obviously not too terribly high. But the first part of Skyblocks tend to be a bit grindy and a lot of waiting time to get stuff going. Anyway, let's go check out the quest book here and go ahead and finish up this quest. Detect, and we can claim our rewards. We'll get some tools there, which are good. And the next thing we want to do, the next quest in the line, is to make a hay bale and an egg nest. And these things require a lot of wheat, or wheat as they say. And that is one of the reasons why I've been going ahead and growing this as things have been going here. I'm going to go ahead and just put this stuff away for now. I don't know what this sponge tool rod is good for. Probably something. I'm going to go ahead and place down another one of these worms here and plant some more seeds, because as I said, I am going to need quite a bit of seeds of wheat to complete that quest. You probably already know that the hay bale will require 9 wheat, and the nest requires 2, 3, 4, 5 of the hay bales. So we're talking about 45 wheat to get to that point. And of course, I'm currently sitting at 9, so yeah, quite a bit to go. I suppose I might as well go ahead and do this and submit it for that first item of that quest. So let's go in here to the quest, hay bale. It doesn't consume it, so that's good. At least I'll have them. So I just need to make four more of those. And in case anybody's curious, under the K here, this is tasks for killing monsters. So there's nothing too interesting there. And then over here in N is the starting of doing B stuff. But basically, to start off with here, all I can do is make either the carpenter, which I can't make yet anyway, or collect a bunch of seeds in the hives and whatnot. So that's why I haven't really bothered with these other tabs. They don't really have anything that I can work on just yet. So I need to start working on this hatchery, or I need to work on this hatchery, but again, that's just basically going to be waiting for all of this stuff to grow. Now I can use, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this bone white chicken here, because then I can use the bone meal to help grow the wheat a little bit faster, like that. So that will help as far as that stuff goes, but it's still just going to be a matter of waiting time, because I don't get a whole lot of manure and the bone meal from this chicken. So again, just a matter of time waiting until I can finish up making my first egg nest. Alright, so while I'm waiting for wheat to grow, I read this. I went and I haven't been reading what the quests say. I've just been looking at what needs to be done for them. But over here, he wrote, you don't throw eggs. If you use a hatchery nest, you can get chickens 100%. So I'm assuming that that's what this egg nest is for. If you put an egg in the egg nest, it will hatch into a chicken. You don't, instead of having the, I believe the default on Minecraft is like 1 out of 8 chance of it becoming a chicken every time when you throw the egg. So putting it in the egg nest will apparently give it to you 100%. And here he wrote, and use henhouse inside hay bale. Stay just a moment, it will be work. It gains chicken drop item, chicken poops, similar bone meal. So again, the English translation isn't quite so good. But the chicken poop, similar to bone meal, I've said that before, the chicken manure works as though it were bone meal, which is great. But the mention of this hen house, and I looked at this hen house, and in the description even says that it automatically collects items from chickens in a 9 by 9 by 9 radius when provided with hay bales. So that actually could be very useful. It would mean I don't have to keep walking in and out of this thing. So I think that I'm going to make that. Now, I'm not sure how good it is. We're going to find out. Because it's fairly easy to make, all things considered. It just requires a hay bale in the middle and then wood all around it. And then that gives me a hen house, like that. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do now is go in here and cut this out and put the hen house right there. And I'll put my torch back on top. So it does have this UI, and you do have to put a hay bale inside of it, like so. And that will take just a second to update. We'll come back to it in just a minute. Because I want to go over here, and again, occasionally when I get the chicken manure or a bone meal, I go ahead and use it on this wheat to try to get it to grow faster. And I'm still waiting to get enough of these to make the egg nest in order to finish out that quest. It does take a while for these things to grow. There's only so much that can be done. We'll come back to this. Hopefully it will get done here pretty quickly. Does it go in here? No, I don't want to put both of them in there, that's for sure. I think you just put one in there. It just takes a little while for it to update. I have seeds, I just don't know what will happen if I use the seeds on these chickens. I don't know if they crossbreed, I don't know what happens with that yet, and I feel it may be down in the line of the questing, so I haven't looked into it. The other thing that I've noticed is that I have not gotten any eggs from them, and it's possible that I do need to have dirt in order to get eggs. That may be what I was thinking about when I was talking about whether or not the chickens needed to be on dirt. They may need to be on dirt or grass in order to lay eggs. Okay, so coming back to the hen house here, you can see that this meter has filled up with, I'm guessing hay from the hay bale, and you can see it's already collected a piece of bone meal. I'm not exactly sure how well this works, or how... I don't know much about it, to be honest with you. I can see a piece of manure, chicken manure, right there, and it is not going into the hen house, if you will. Like this bone meal obviously went in there. So, you know, maybe it only checks every once in a while, I'm not sure. If it needs a hay bale for each item it picks up, that is not going to be good. I don't think it does. It doesn't seem like it. This seems like a meter that the hay bale that was in here filled up. And maybe that works. It uses it up over a period of time. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to let it sit for a while and come back and check on it every now and then. The hen house is from the chickens mod, which is also where the chicken manure comes from, so you would think that it would be programmed to pick that up, but I don't exactly know how it works, unfortunately. Alright, so I've come back to this hen house, and you can see here I've got bone meal, and now I've added a piece of flint, but that manure is still sitting on the ground there, and I don't know why that is. I have a suspicion that maybe the hen house only picks up the... See, it says it automatically collects items from the chickens, but maybe the hay bale, the manure isn't considered one of those items? I don't honestly know. So, it's very interesting, but it is still kind of cool. At least it's collecting these items that the chickens are dropping, so I would theoretically not have to come back and check it all the time. But anyway, I'm still working on being able to make my first nest, which is great. Oh, looks like they give me a hen house once I make the nest, so I didn't have to have wasted energy on it, or not energy, but waste a hay bale on it. But I'm not sure how this is going to work since I'm not getting any eggs, and the only thing I can think of is maybe I should put this regular chicken in there. Maybe the regular chicken is the only one that spawns chicken eggs? Could be. The nether quartz chicken is obviously going to make nether quartz, and the sand chicken is obviously going to make sand. And I don't know that I have a use for those right now, which is why I haven't put them in. But maybe I'll go ahead and put in this regular chicken and see if that gives me some eggs. Well, there's a question answered. The chicken up there has laid an egg. It's also not been picked up by the hen house yet, but apparently it does require the regular chickens to lay the eggs, and these special chickens do not lay eggs, which I suppose makes a lot of sense. I probably should have figured that out a lot sooner than that. They're giving me flint and bone meal to give me eggs as well is probably a bit on the, bit much. But all kinds of flint in there. I could store all my flint in there for some reason if I wanted to. Probably not a good place to store flint, but why not put that in there like that? And yeah, this does work as a kind of a meter, so this is still off of that first hay bale that I put in there. It's lasting quite a bit of time, which is good. Yeah, so I do get eggs from the regular chickens, and now I have my first one. And I am going to wait until I make that egg nest, because it does seem like the egg nest is the way to go as far as hatching the eggs, because then it's 100% chance to get the egg, to get a chicken, as opposed to 1 out of 8, which is, not very good odds. So, and I'm still just waiting for wheat to grow. This is taking forever. Once it gets to YouTube, I'm sure that a lot of this will be cut out, but as you can see in the upper right-hand corner, I've been playing for 5 days, 5 Minecraft days, and I haven't been able to sleep the night away because I don't have beds. So, what is the Minecraft day? Like, I think it's 10 minutes day, 10 minutes night, or something like that, 20 minutes altogether. So, yeah, I've been at this for quite a while, and unfortunately, most of it's just sitting here doing nothing, waiting for all this wheat to grow. Back to the waiting. Okay, well, I think, the last bit I need here to make an egg nest, 5 hay bales. This has been a lot of standing around watching wheat grow, which is not all that fun. So there we have egg nest. Great. And so that should finish off the quest. I hear the little dinging there. So let's go in here and look. Sure enough, this is complete. I can claim my stuff here, including this hen house. I need to look at the quests a little bit more, because I made the hen house and I didn't need to, but that's the way it goes. Looks like the next quest is here. We got to collect 16 chicken manures and make floral fertilizer. That's obviously for Botania, so I recognize that. Chicken manure is similar to bone meal. If you right-click on grass, it works like bone meal. Then make the Botania fertilizer, you can get the Botania flowers. So obviously this is how we're going to work our way towards making the next set of things. And then I need to make an ink black chicken egg and a log chicken. So I'll have to figure out how to make those as well. But for now, let's take this egg nest over here. I've changed some things up a little bit. I'm going to put this maybe right there. Okay. And I only have a couple of eggs. So I've got 3. Let's take one over here. And hopefully I right click this in the nest. Like so, okay. And it is apparently working on hatching. How long does it take to 1%. So it's going to take a while. Can I sit on it? Hatching an egg, hatching an egg, hatching an egg. Actually, that does seem like it was faster while I was sitting on it. Is it really faster if I sit on it? Couldn't be, right? Maybe it is faster if I sit on it. That would be actually pretty funny. I'm not going to sit on it, though. But it is obviously not terribly fast. But that's okay. Again, that would be the trade-off for having a 100% success rate on the egg hatching, which is actually pretty nice. So that is actually going to do it for this particular recording session. I'll put this stuff away for now. Again, I will be chopping up whatever I've recorded here into little bite-sized chunks that I can upload onto YouTube. I don't know how many episodes I have honestly because a lot of this was me just watching wheat grow and was extremely boring, even for me. Basically, I played some Hearthstone while I was waiting for the stuff to grow. That's just how boring it was. But yeah, so good start to the mod pack, I think. And in the next recording session, I'll be looking at probably getting started with doing Botania type stuff, it looks like, because that seems to be the next thing that I have to work on. But anyway, that's enough waffling on here. Thank you so much for joining me and watching. If you have any suggestions, if you have any comments, please leave them for me. I always encourage them. I like hearing what you guys have to say. And I will see you next time.